हरे कृष्ण। जगन्नाथ जी का आखिरी बहुत यात्रा है, उनका 9 दिन की यात्रा समाप्त होने वाला है। सब हमने सोचा है कि हम इस लीला के बारे में थोड़ी सी चर्चा करें। Whenever and wherever the divine pastimes of Krishna are glorified, described, so it benefits the entire world. The speaker, the audience, so both of them they get the benefit. So today we will discuss some of Jagannath appearance pastimes. So whenever Supreme Lord descends to this material world, he performs very, very wonderful leelas. So that devotees for the ages, they can glorify, they can remember these pastimes. And by that remembrance, they can associate with love. And that can inspire devotee strongly to go back to Godhead. So nowadays, this Jagannath Rath Yatra festival is going on. So let us try to understand few pastimes of Jagannath, how Lord appeared in this world. When it comes to Jagannath form, it's very unique form. So mostly, whenever you go to Krishna temple, and you will find a very beautiful face of Krishna, right? So what are the Krishna's external features? How can we identify he is Krishna? Yes, he wears a peacock feather, and he wears the yellow dhoti, and he has that special Vaijayanti mala, Kaustubhamani. So these are the and his bluish bodily effulgent color. So these are the external when we can identify Krishna. But when you look at Jagannath form is totally different from Krishna. Jagannath is not, he is holding Murli, but we cannot see that Murli. So often for neophytes, it's very difficult to come to a conclusion that Jagannath is non-different from Lord Krishna himself. So in this session, we'll try to discuss how Lord Krishna appeared as this beautiful Jagannath. So because whenever we discuss pastimes of Lord Krishna, and we have to go by authenticity. We cannot randomly pick up some stories from different videos so we have to go by authenticity. So in Skanda Purana, there is a mention of Jagannath pastimes. In Skanda Purana, Uttarakhand. So there the description is like this. So in thousands of years before, there was a great king called Maharaj Indradimna. I think you can see, you cannot see. So one phone can be kept here so that people can see. Video. So Maharaj Indradimna was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. So he was fully engaged in devotional service, even though he was following all the royal responsibilities. But even then, he used to take out separate time for his sadhana. Even though he was ruling as a king, he never forget the spiritual responsibilities. So, and he was following all dharma, artha, kama. When it comes to moksha, so he felt, so I want to give more time for my moksha, the liberation. So these are the purusharthas, char purusharthas. So ultimately, the purpose of human life is to achieve liberation, strive for moksha, right? So, and he wanted to retire from family royal responsibilities, and he wants to engage more in devotional service. Then he was thinking, where can I go? Where can I find a place where I can feel the presence of the Lord, and exclusively I can dedicate myself to service of Krishna. So then he, to find out that place, so he called many of some saintly persons. Then he inquired from them. In that assembly, one mendicant comes. Then he informs the king that, my dear Maharaj Indradyumna, so I seen a place where I have been traveling to various pilgrimage places. When I came to this Purushottama Kshetra, I could feel a different spiritual vibes there. As long as I was there, I was practically no freed from all the bodily difficulties. So there, Lord Vishnu, he is present as Nilmada on the hill of Neelachal. So I think if you go there, I think you can wholeheartedly you can dedicate for the service of the Lord. So then in those days we didn't have any Google system, so that they had to go and search. In those days there used to be dense forest everywhere, few villages and few cities, more of forest area. So then he entrusted this task of finding the Neel Mother. So to a person, his name is Vidyapati. He is a brother of royal priest. He is very smart, very intelligent, and very good devotee. And Indradyumna also said that till you return, till you find out the place of Purushottam Kshetra, I will fast. So then Vidyapati started, and he started going towards the east direction. After traveling for many days, then finally he reached a place called Ekambaravan, that is called Bhuvaneshwar. Nowadays it's known as Bhuvaneshwar. In those days, Ekambaravan. So from there, then he could see the hilltop of Nilachal. Then he thought, okay, so Purushottam Kshetra is very nearby. So then finally, he traveled further, and when he was about to reach the Nilachal, so he could find a tribal village there in the midst of dense forest. So there he was well received by the leader of that tribal community. His name was Vishwavasu. He was the leader of that community, and somehow he became the guest in his house. And he noticed, because he's very smart and intelligent, he used to observe whatever is happening in the village. Then he could understand this person, Vishwavasu. Every night he would go to the forest. He would return and before sunrise. When he returns to his home, and everywhere there used to be special fragrance. And this Vishwavasu had a beautiful daughter, Lalita. Somehow, because for a strange person, nobody discloses any secrets. So finally, he became the son-in-law of Vishwavasu. Now he became officially son-in-law. Now he requested through his wife to show that Neel Madhav to him. So finally, Vishwavasu agreed on one condition, because I don't want anyone go and see. So what I will do is I'll make you blindfolded. Then I will take you there. So keep all the phones in the silent. So finally he agreed, and then while on the way to Neelachal, so since he was very intelligent person, he started dropping the mustard seeds, so that in the future he can know the pathway to the Nilmar. So finally he reached the place on the hilltop in a cave. Then he had the darshan of beautiful Neel Madhav. It's just to comprehend how Neel Madhav looks like. I kept this picture. So Neel Madhav was so beautiful and so effulgent, and he offered very respectfully offered so many prayers to Neel Madhav, and so because he has seen Lord personally, and so when he was praying, he also observed one more thing. Can you see this Rohini Kunda next to that Neel Madhav, small pond of blue color? So this is called Rohini Kund. When he was observing, suddenly an old cow, it was just flocking there. Suddenly, somehow it fell into the pot. Immediately, that particular soul which is in the cow body, it left that cow body and it transformed himself into a 400 Vishnu, and it started going towards Vaikuntha. He was so amazed to see this wonder. Then he understand, okay, no, this Rohini Kunda is very, very pure. If I also take bath in the Rohini Kunda, so I will also get liberation. See, then thinking like this, so he was about to jump into that Rohini Kunda. So immediately Nilmada stopped him. Arey, Vidyapati, no, my dear devotee, Indradumna has been waiting. He is fasting. You have a duty to fulfill. So please go back to your king and inform about my presence. So then afterwards, he goes back. He goes out of the village, and finally he meets king, and he informs him, that I have some. Finally, I have found the sacred place of Nilmada. Then king was so pleased to hear this news, and he gathered all his paraphernalia, huge army. With army, with his wife, practically he shifted his capital city. And he asked whoever wants to come, they can also come with me. So most of the citizens, they decided they'll go with the king. So finally, he came to Nilachal, and he entered into the cave. The moment they entered there, they could find uh, Nilmada already disappeared from that cave, and became very disappointed. And he was just lamenting, because I'm so sinful person. I think Lord has not given darshan to me. For some time, he was so angered with this incident, and he arrested Vishwavasa. Somehow he might have done something. Finally, he was lamenting. Uh, then he took rest for that day. So in the dream, Lord appears there. He assures him, "Don't worry, Indradyumna, because it's my Leela, and nobody can see me in this Nilmada form from now onwards. I'm going to appear soon in a very unique and different form." So, what you do, you go to the seashore. There you build a beautiful temple for me, and also you do 100 Ashwamedha yagnas. That's what the Skanda Purana says. And then after successfully completion of those yagnas, I will appear in a unique form. So then, as per the Lord's order, and he goes to the shore and he builds a temple also, and simultaneously he was doing the Ashwamedha yagna. Then successfully those yagnas were completed. Then, as per prophecy, as Lord has been foretold, he is foretold a huge the wood chunk would appear. So when he reached uh, seashore, and to everybody's surprise, that a huge tree trunk was appeared. It was floating on the ocean and coming towards the seashore, and everybody was so glad to see. And they could find these divine symbols. Can you see here? Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, and everything. So then they were very happy. But somehow, because it was so heavy, nobody could shift that trunk from the seashore to the land. Then they realized, because they had done a mistake by arresting Vishwamsa, then they requested Vishwamsa to come and help. As soon as Vishwamsa touched the wood, it became so light. Easily they could transport. And in those days, when they were doing all this temple construction and the havas, and they built a palace for them to reside. Who? Indradyumna and Gundicha. That was the Gundicha Mahal. So there, and then they brought this Daru Brahman they brought, and now they've called for many sculptures. So everybody tried to mold it, and the moment they tried to hit this Daru Brahman, all the hammers and everything would crack. And again, king is now lamenting. So finally, Vishwakarma himself, he disguises himself in an old sculpture, so he appears there. And he requests king, so I have No, Lord appeared in my dream, so he given me this task to carve these deities. And very happily Indradyumna agreed, and he put one condition. Because for me it takes 21 days to complete this carving of the deities, and no one should disturb me. And I'll totally fast. I'll not take any water. It's such a divine service. So then everybody agreed, and he started making. He started carving the deities. One day went on, 2 days went on, 3 days went, 15 days it went on. So after 15 days, what happened is there was no any sounds from that room. Earlier, some sounds used to come, the hammer sound, and it became very silent. So and now the Gundicha Maharani became very restless. Usually in family, the ladies become very restless. For anything happens, immediately they'll get attention. And she requested, my dear Maharaj Indra, no, please, no, open the door because something would have happened to that sculpture. I think he's an old man. He's not having anything. He's totally fasting. Might have collapsed. Might have died. So please open the door. So on the repeated request of Gundicha Maharani. So finally, Indradyumna, what he does is, he opens the door. Then they could find the unfinished Jagannath deities. Can you see here?
Yes.
And the moment he saw the unfinished, because hands are not fully carved, legs are not fully carved, it's incomplete. When Lord saw that incompleted forms of the Lord, the Indra saw that those forms, and he was started lamenting because of me, because of my offense. Now Lord has got this incomplete form, and he was crying and he was praying to the Lord. Then Jagannath started saying, so my dear Indradyumna, please don't lament. It is my boon to Narada Muni during my appearance in Dwapara Yuga in Dwaraka. So because of that boon, I have appeared in this form. It is my own wish to appear in this form. So from your side, there is no any mistake. Then we'll get into the Dwarka past. What was the boon given to Narada? So during Krishna's appearance, from his birth to his disappearance, he did wonderful pastimes. And among all Krishna's pastimes, the Vrindavana pastimes were so sweet. Even Lord himself would relish those pastimes. Then Krishna was there in the Vrindavan for some time after performing some pastimes. Then he had to move to Mathura to kill King Kamsa. And before moving, because when he was about to leave Braj, and all the Brajavasis, especially the gopis, they stopped him. And they requested Krishna, my dear, please don't leave us. To pacify them, Krishna gave a word to them. I will return very soon, my dear gopis. Please don't worry. I'm just going for a small task and I'm just returning. So that's how he promised to the gopis that he will return soon. But he never returned. And after killing Kamsa, then he got so many enemies. And then after killing Kamsa, he went to Vishramghat and he was resting person. Then he was thinking, now I have got so many enemies now. If I return to Vrindavan, what happens? All these enemies will go and attack. They'll create disturbance. Already they have been harassed by so many demons. In those days, one demon used to come. Now all demons will together they'll go attack. So I don't want my Brajavasis to suffer. So now I will shift my residence. That's how he orders Vishwakarma to build the beautiful Dwaraka, which is far away from Vrindavan. And he really wanted to go back to Vrindavan, but due to external factors, he never went. Then afterwards, because to pass here, all the Brajavasa, they have been experienced separation from Krishna. They were thinking, when Krishna will come, when Krishna will come. So, and they were waiting for Krishna's arrival. And knowing well this, because gopis are desperate for Krishna's arrival, Krishna sent Uddhav his very good friend, cousin brother. And Uddhav was very expert in delivering message, giving suggestions. And also he had a great knowledge because being disciple of Brihaspati, he was little pride in, I'm great disciple of Brihaspati. To make him understand the pure love and devotion of Vrajavasis, Krishna sent Buddha with a letter, pacifying letter. So when Buddha reached Vrindavan, there he saw how everyone in Vrindavan, they were so attached to Krishna. Even they can go to any extent to please Krishna. Their whole happiness is just around Krishna, based on Krishna, Krishna's pleasure. And he met Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, he met all the Sakhas, and also he met Gopis. And then when Gopis met Uddhava in a secluded place, then he started reading the message of Krishna. And somehow Krishna, he pacifies Gopis with his message. My dear Gopis, please be satisfied with your devotion. And please don't think I am out of Vrindavan. I always live in Vrindavan. I am present in your memories, in your smarana. The moment you remember the pastimes of which is connected to me, I am there in the memory. So in this way, after reading that message, even Gopis are pacified. And then Buddha went back and he also realized how Gopis are exalted. So then Krishna went to Dwaraka. You know how he got married to 16,108 princes, and he built different palaces for these wives. Externally, he was enjoying royal life, royal facilities, opulences. If someone, whoever listens to this pastor, they think, correct, Krishna, as long as it is in Vrindavan, he cheated, he nicely enjoyed with all the Sakhas and Sakhis, and now he left Vrindavan and he is enjoying in Dwarka as well. I think here gopis are there feeling so much separation. They are practically their life has gone. Even though they are living, they appear like a dead persons. Uddhava says. Krishna, they are living dead. They are living for the sake of living because Krishna has given word. One day I will return. Somebody may question, why Vrajavasis didn't commit suicide? Because somewhere there is a hope. Krishna will come one day. If Krishna comes, if I am dead, no, it's a displeasing to Krishna. Let me live. But even though they were living physically, they're dead. The sense that they were feeling too much separation from Krishna. These are the exalted characteristics of Vrajavasis. And do you think Krishna has no feelings? Even more than Gopis, Vrajavasis, Krishna would feel separation. Even though it was past tense, he had his responsibility, dharma samstapana, and dushta shikshana, sister rakshana, jo hai. For the sake, and he had to stay in Dwarka. But his heart is there in Vrindavan. There's a t-shirt, no? I lost my heart in Vrindavan. That is Krishna's dialect. Krishna lost his heart in Vrindavan. And at least in Vrindavan, there are so many people, at least they can share their suffering. By sharing suffering, actually the burden would be minimized. But here Krishna, he didn't have anyone to share. He cannot share to Balram the kind of feelings he has towards Vrajavasis, and he has no one. That means he himself personally, he would feel that pain of separation. See, in devotional service, it's not just one-sided love. The kind of loving attitude towards we have Krishna, to that same proportion he reciprocates. The kind of devotion they have towards me, to that degree I reciprocate. Since Vrajavasis have the highest degree of devotion, Krishna also reciprocates to that proportion. But the only thing is, he cannot show externally. But somehow, when Krishna was especially in the nights, the midnights, suddenly he would remember Vrajavasis. He would call out, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maya. all his friends, and he would remember all the gopis, especially Radhaji. Radhe, Radhe, he would say. And when these wives of Krishna, they woke up, Krishna, no, he's Dwarkadish, no, he's the king of Dwarka, and he has all the facilities. We have been serving Krishna for so long, no, so humbly. We personally serve Krishna, but why Krishna is remembering someone else? That means I think Krishna is not satisfied with our service. Somehow they had this desire to understand what happened in Vrindavan. Vrindavan kya hai? So then all the wives of Krishna gathered and they decided, let us go to Mother Rohini. Who is Mother Rohini? Balramji's mother. Vasudeva's second wife. And she was there during childbirth. So everybody approached Mother Rohini and they requested, Mother Rohini, please narrate us what happened in Vrindavan. We are so eager to know what happened to Vrindavan. So why Krishna, even now, being king of Dwaraka and receiving so much of service from us, but still he was unable to forget those Brajavasis. So that's how the mother Rohini started narrating, but she put one condition. Whenever Krishna and Balram they go out, no, for royal responsibilities, that time we can discuss this past, because by chance, by mistake, if Krishna Balram listens to these pastimes, and they'll become ecstatic. And we cannot be sure they may go back to Vrindavan also. And one day when Krishna and Balram went, so there everybody gathered in a big hall, and to safeguard, because they don't know when Krishna would arrive. So they kept Subhadra as a doorkeeper. They instructed Subhadra, be here. As soon as Krishna reaches here, just give us hint. We'll start the narration. So then she started narrating from the beginning how Lord Brahma, he prayed to Lord for his appearance. And that's how Lord appeared in Mathura, in the prison house in the midnight. Then he was shifted to Gokul. All these pastimes, she started narrating. Because Krishna's pastimes are like nectar for ears. Karna Amrut. The Amrut, which a typical Amrut is, it can be honored with mouth. But Karna Amrut, Krishna's pastimes are like Karna Amrut, nectar to ears. We drink nectar through ears. And because suppose everybody has a limited capacity, they cannot drink more. But when we drink with ears, unlimited you can drink. So, and everybody was so absorbed in the narrations of pastimes of Krishna. And practically they forgot external reality. And Mother Rohini herself, all the wives of Krishna, and even Subhadra herself, they were so absorbed in Krishna's pastime, they were lost. वो खो गए. And noon over and evening, by the time Krishna and Balram returned to the palace, and they looked at Subhadra and said, what she is doing here. So when they came next to Subhadra, and Krishna and Balram, they stood in these positions. And Krishna stood the left side to the Subhadra, and Balram stood right side to the Subhadra. And they also started listening the pastimes of Krishna. And they even though it is Krishna's pastimes, even they become so absorbed and they become so ecstatic. They started exhibiting the special feature called Mahabhava Prakash. Because Krishna's Leelas are so enchanting to the soul. So then Krishna and Balram and Subhadra, they started exhibiting this Mahabhava Prakash, highest spiritual ecstatic forms. Even materially, sometimes when we meet a friend after so many years, when we meet our parents after so many years, when we meet them, we become emotional. Even though it is material, but still we become emotional. We go and we take blessings, we hug. It all, this all emotional drama happens. But here, Lord himself, when he was listening to the pastimes, these are divine pastimes. Even Lord himself becomes so ecstatic. And what happened during this Mahabharata Prakash? All his hands were going inside, like hands become like this, and legs also have gone inside, like a tortoise. And Subhadra, to her head, her neck also gone inside, and they were so much relation to those pastimes. And during that time, suddenly, all of a sudden, Narada appears. You know Narada? He always appears for a reason. And that reason is going to benefit the entire world. Loka. So now Narada, the moment he arrived there and he saw the beautiful forms of, he never ever heard before, never read before, never seen before. And he saw the beautiful form. Immediately when Narada appeared there, and Lord could realize, okay, Narada has come. Immediately they become very normal. They become like a human forms. So then Narada started playing, my dear Lord, I have seen that beautiful form. He started glorifying, what a beautiful form it is. Nobody has ever seen that beautiful form. Then Narada very respectfully prays to Lord, my dear Lord, please, I'm requesting, please show the same form of Mahabha Prakash to the all devotees. Because the specialty of the Jagannath form is that it's a very unique form. And suppose uh, we have loving attitude towards someone. We love one person so much. Where it is stored? In the heart. All the emotions are stored in the heart. Suppose if I take out the heart externally, how it looks like? Very horrible. Nobody can see the feelings. It's very internal feelings. But what happened to this Leela is Krishna, when he was listening to those pastimes, and he exhibited the form of his uh, devotion, love towards Brajavasis. Because he was feeling so much separation from Brajavasis. When he heard and he was very pacified, and he was just thinking about only his Brajavasis, his dear devotees, and he exhibited this form. That means Krishna's heart transformed into these divine forms. Understood? Can you guess the form of Jagannath is? It is Krishna's heart, his feelings to his devotees. It's not simply some form. It's such a beautiful form of, because he was just absorbed in this gopi's love. And then Lord very smilingly he assured Narada, time when a day will come where I will appear in these forms to fulfill your desire. So then now coming back to the story of Indradyumna is, this is how I bestowed a boon on Narada Muni that I will appear in these forms. And then Indradyumna was pacified, and then Lord ordered him, so you please install us on a Ratna Simhasan. It is in Jagannath Mandir. So you conduct all the rituals, then you do all the Pran Pratishtha. So this is how Lord Jagannath appeared there and installed. And even then, after installing, even still he was feeling some kind of guilty. Who? Indradyumna Maharaj. Because of me, no Lord has got these forms. Now to pacify him, Lord himself, they appeared, three of them, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, appeared as Krishna, Balaram, and Subhadra, human-like forms. So when he saw, then he was totally pacified. Yes, because I have not done any mistake. Till then he was feeling guilty. Because of me, because of my offense, Lord has got this form. So these are mercifully, Krishna, Balaram, and Subhadra appeared as these Jagannath deities. And they were very pleased with the service of Indradyumna because it's been many years they have been serving. So now Lord Jagannath wanted to bestow some benediction to Indradyumna Maharaj. Then he asked Jagannath, asked, my dear Indradyumna, so I am very satisfied with your service. So you please ask any boon from me. Initially, he says, my dear Lord, I have no boons. Then Jagannath started insisting, no, no, you have to ask some. Then he asked for three boons. First boon is, I should not have any progeny because in the future somebody will come and they'll start claiming it's my temple, my father's property, my grandfather's property. So I should not have any children's. Second, he says, I should, my dear Lord, as long as you are here, you should accept so much of prasadam. 56 times in a day. You should continuously accept prasadam. Because the easy way of getting mercy of Krishna is through prasadam. No qualification is required. No caste, no creed, no religion. Anyone, qualified or unqualified, still he can have this prasadam. So, my dear Lord, please accept. Always you should accept offerings. And third one is, he says, my dear Lord, you please, and you always be ready to bless the devotees. That means you always give darshan. That's why Jagannath has no eyelids. He has no eyelids here. So can you see here? That means he cannot sleep. Till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, he starts receiving service. Even 1 o'clock we can go to temple in the midnight. There is a special Vesha called Bada Vesh. Lord is, before going to bed, he is decorated with lots of flowers. After closing the altar, the demigods will come and worship him. Then again 4 o'clock, the Panda goes and wakes him up. So that means practically Jagannath never sleeps. He is always ready to bless the devotees. And then Jagannath looked at Gundicha. Because Gundicha also is part of this Leela, and she also did a lot of service. And Lord Jagannath wanted to reward Gundicha as well. Jagannath asked, my dear Gundicha, you also please ask some boon. The Gundicha says, because my already dear husband, he asked for a boon where we'll have no children. If we don't have any children, then what will happen when we die? Because who will perform our Shad ceremony? Who will offer oblations? Then Jagannath says, and we become your children and we offer all oblations. So that's how even Lord Jagannath, he had 32 Veshas and one of Veshas is Shadda Vesh. So then she started saying, my dear Lord, because we have no children, then who will come to our home? If we have children, at least once in a while they'll come to our home and they'll receive our services. And who will come? Then Jagannath mercifully says, and we three of us will come to you. Since when Jagannath appeared, actually it was the Purnima day. The day of Snan Purnima, we say, no? Jagannath Snan happens. And now onwards, I will give you the position of a Masi. Even though I have Mother Yashoda and Mother Devaki, and I'll give the status of Masi. So I'll come to your house once in a year. I'll stay there 8-9 days. That's how you can render service to me. And Gundicha was very pleased. Because of this Leela only, Lord goes on Ratha for 9 days. And then Lord Jagannath instructs, now you please, since it is my word, while the rituals you bathe me with lots of purified water. They go and collect, they add special ingredients, and they bathe Jagannath. So initially there was no any Leela of fever. It was later one more because of Madhav Das. So Jagannath, he gets into that fever mode and he is not giving darshan for few days. And after Snan Yatra, three of them gets fever. And I'll just brief how then after this Snan Yatra and Lord appears, gives darshan in the form of a Hathi Vesh. These both incidents I will just narrate for you. After this Hathi Vesh, and Lord will go to a sick room. He stays for 3 days, 15 days. So, see, anything Lord performs, Leelas, there is a certain purpose. I'll just brief about this anniversary period, which is feverish period. During there was a devotee called Madhavdas. From the childhood, he was very greatly devoted to Lord Jagannath, and he was married also, and wife delivered a baby also. But immediately after delivering the baby, she passed away. And there he was thinking, "Arey my God!" And I was thinking always about the child, who will take care of. So then he noticed there was a small uh, insect like spider. He observed there is a spider, no? It's a tiny, it's a baby spider. It was looking for some food. Suddenly, then she made that spider web trap. Suddenly, some one insect will come and fall. The spider, that's how it eats that insect. Then he realized Lord has arrangement for every living entity. He is the maintainer. No, why should I worry so much about my son? Because of this, I'm not even thinking about Lord, I'm not doing proper service. Then he gave the responsibility of no Guru child to the relatives, and he departed. And he reached Jagannath Puri, and he wanted no, and he stayed in Jagannath Puri, and he was serving. No, he was singing bhajans, and he offering prashadam. That's what he was serving. But after some time, he fell sick. He had a very serious fever, and nobody was there to help him because he didn't want to take any help from anyone. So then it went to such an extent that he practically passed urine and stool on the bed itself. By seeing him, no, Jagannath hearts melted, and he himself appeared as a young man, and he went and served. And after some time, he could realize, the person who has come and serving is not a ordinary person; he's a divine person. Then he could know he's Jagannath himself. Then when he recovered, and he prayed to Jagannath, my little, why did you do this? I supposed to render service to, and you are rendering service to me. Then Lord says, since you have totally dedicated to me, then you don't have anyone other than me. If you are in suffering, it is my responsibility to take care of you. Then he says, no, no, my Lord, it is no, I have become very sinful now because I have received service from you. So now Jagannath says, no, no, it's okay. For my devotees, I'm ready to serve. So they said, my Lord, I'm feeling too much guilty. Please don't now you stop your service. Then Lord instructed him. He asked, my dear Lord, you are so powerful. If you wish, you could have, uh, in a few seconds, you could have removed my suffering. Why you didn't do this? Then Lord says, so see, my dear Madhav, because this law, this entire material world is governed by laws, and somebody is destined to suffer for some time, they have to suffer. By postponing suffering, and they will have more severe sufferings. So I wanted to clear all your bad karma in this life. So I just came and served. So then he says, I think still 15 days is left. After 15 days, you will recover fully. Then Madhav, he with full hands says, my dear Lord, please, no, I don't, please don't, sir. Please go back and, no, I'm feeling so guilty. So then Lord said, fine, okay, I'm going back. So he just goes back. Next day, Madhav goes to temple to have darshan. Jagannath is not visible there. Because that night only Panda Pujari's dream, Lord comes, no, I'm feeling fever, so 15 days I'll not be there. That Leela happens. Then he realized, so because because I asked him not to serve, so Lord is so merciful that he has taken that fever on me. So that's how there is a Leela, 15 days of fever. After 15 days, Lord comes out. The 15 days being staying inside, with Lakshmi, and he used all kadas, special khichdi, special dalia. It was Jagannath's diet, not regular diet of all khaja, sweets and everything, chawal, dal, sabji. So now Jagannath staying in sick room for 15 days, he fully recovers. Now they wanted to go because anytime, whenever we feel sick, we are under treatment, medicines. As soon as we recover, we want to go out. So Subhadra, she expressed her desire to Jagannath. Jagannath also met Baldev, and three of siblings decided, so let us go on a ride. And before going out, Jagannath goes to Lakshmi and to ask permission. So Lakshmi, see, gopis are in Vrindavan, they are in Madhurya Bhav. Lakshmi is in Vaikuntha, is in Aishwarya Bhav. So I am Lakshmi, I am the master of the bell. So Lakshmi says, my dear Lord, you can go. But he says, Lakshmi, please allow me to go out. I'll just come, return within 2 days. Then finally Lakshmi says, okay, you've been no, in sick room for 15 days. Okay, my dear Lord, please go. But come within 2 days. And Lord assures Lakshmi that he will return in 2 days. Then three of them know arrange for big chariots and Jagannath, Mother Subhadra Maya, and Sudarshan also go and sits next to Subhadra. Subhadra and Sudarshan one chariot, Jagannath and Baldev different chariots. With lots of kirtan, no, Jagannath goes to where he goes, Gundicha. And there they well received, and they were very happy. Even while going Ratha, if you observe closely Jagannath's eyes, when he goes to Gundicha, no, he was just remembering about Vrindavan, he was just remembering all the Brajavas, he becomes so ecstatic. ना वो झूमते हो जाता है जब पहाड़ी सेवा होता है ना जब नीलाद्रि विजय जो है ना जब बाहर आता है एकदम झूलते 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 जो है ना एकदम यू कैन सी ही इज सो इंटॉक्सिकेटेड विद द love of Vrindavan. He's been so eagerly waiting. It's been a year. See, other reason also because Lord is so merciful because non-Hindus were allowed in Jagannath temple, and he is as a special mercy, he wanted to give darshan to all the devotees. So very merciful Lord, he comes out to give darshan to the all fallen souls. That's why he is called Patit Pavan. We are all fallen. So he is very special mercy. So after reaching Gundicha, it's like a vacations. They were so happy. In Vrindavan atmosphere is totally different. And and one day over, 2 days passed, 3 days passed, 4 days passed, and they were so so much enjoying the Vrindavan atmosphere in Gundicha, they practically forgot about Lakshmi. And there, Lakshmi has been waiting. She's counting days, 1 day over, 2 days over. She became very morose. So, Lord said, he will return in 2 days. It's been 3 days, 4 days. So then finally, Lakshmi calls for his servant. Then she says, tomorrow we'll go to Lord. We'll go to Gundicha. Because he promised me to return in 2 days, but he never returned. So let me go. Make all the arrangements. So then finally, with a big palanquin, Lakshmi goes to Gundicha with all his assistants. After reaching Gundicha, the message was sent to Jagannath. Jagannath, Lakshmi is waiting outside for your darshan. Then Jagannath remembered, I promised Lakshmi, no, I will return 2 days. It's been 4 days. It's the fifth day. I think Lakshmi must be very, very furious. If I go right now, I think something is going to happen. So better let me avoid going. He says to messenger, when you go and you tell her I cannot meet. So the messenger goes and he says, I think Lord is busy, I cannot meet. When Lakshmi wanted to enter into that Gundicha Mandir, immediately door was shut. And Lakshmi became so offended. How can Lord do this? He is asking his servant to shut the door when I started entering Vrindavan. I think no, he is so addicted to Vrindavan because let me see. He has to come to, somehow he has to come to Sri Mandir. So let me wait there. So while returning, she orders servants. This is the Nandi Ghosh. Whose chariot Nandi Ghosh? Jagannath. You break it. So the servants goes and they break small portion of Jagannath chariot. And now the fight happens between Jagannath servants and Lakshmi servants because they become offended and they started fighting them. Somehow Lakshmi servants, they were very powerful. Nicely they beaten all the Jagannath pandas. And they left the boat. But Lord Jagannath said, fine, no problem, we'll see. The fifth day of the ceremony is called Hira Panchami. Hira means to see. Lakshmi went to see the Lord. And this Leela, even now it happens. When these Leelas were happening, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his associates, they were seeing and they were so wonderstruck. Arey, how can Lakshmi is so angered? Because see, and they were glorifying gopis. See, gopis, even though Krishna cheated, Krishna many times tricked. He humiliated them, sometimes he offended them, but never ever gopis spoke harsh words to Krishna. But see, Lakshmi, she thinks herself she is the owner of Vaikuntha, no, she bestows wealth, she has so much pride. Even she dared to give warning to Jagannath. So that's how Lakshmi is in Aishwarya Bhav. She doesn't have that Madhurya Bhav. But the gopis are very excelled in Madhurya Bhav. That's how Lakshmi goes back to Sri Mandir. Then after 8 days, 9th day, Rathas are turned Jagannath temple towards. So now it is time to Jagannath go back to his Sri Mandir. It's called Bahudayatra. Tomorrow I think Bahudayatra. Again, with lot of enthusiasm, all the devotees, they pull the Jagannath. So finally, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadrama, they take leave from Gundicha Maharani. So then they depart to Sri Mandir. So devotees with all doing kirtans and they were pulling Radha towards the temple. Then finally they reach Jagannath temple. After reaching, even the king of Jagannath, he comes and he receives Lord. And he had some ritual to perform. Then Lakshmi also is come with some aarti plate. Because husband has gone out and he came back. So he has to do some aarti. So Lakshmi does aarti. And then Lakshmi allows Balram and Subhadra to come in. The moment Jagannath started entering to the house, Lakshmi was waiting. Okay, now Jagannath, let him come. Immediately, as soon as Jagannath arrived at the doorstep, doors were shut. No entry for him. Because now Lakshmi is taking revenge. And Mahaprabhu, everybody surprised. How can Lakshmi can do this? Maybe she is situated in that Aishwarya Bhav, no? That's how she is performing all this pastime. Then now Jagannath had to pacify Lakshmi by giving sweet rasgullas. That's how he prays to Lakshmi. Lakshmi, please allow me to come in. I think this is the last one. I'll never do it again. So I will. But Jagannath, every year he does this. Every Lakshmi also forgets. She allows Jagannath to go. Again, the same Leela happens for the pleasure of the devotees. Then finally, Jagannath pacified Lakshmi. Then story ended happily. The three of them went inside. The pastimes continues. So these are the beautiful pastimes of Jagannath. So whenever we hear, see, even though Lord is acting as a pet husband, he is pampering his wife. It's a divine Leelas. We cannot come to conclusion that Lord also is doing it, so let us also pacify our wives. So Lord is special mercy towards us. So he acts like a pet husband, even in Dwarka. But he reserves the position of Supreme. He never comes under control of anyone. Even though Queens of Dwarka wanted Krishna to be always with them, he says, no, I have duties to perform. He goes out. He wakes up early in the morning. And wives of Krishna were cursing son. And why he so early has arisen? Because they are feeling separation from Krishna. So even gopis of Vrindavan, they were cursing Brahma. I think Brahma has no brain how to create. If he has a brain, then why he would have created these eyelids? Because of his this mistake, for a moment, we are just closing eyes and opening. that time we are now unable to see Krishna. See, just see how much they have devotion towards Krishna. For a moment of eye blinking, they are feeling, no, we are feeling, no, we are unable to see the Lord. So the divine love towards Krishna is making gopis to act in this way. So always we should understand the Lord's pastimes are happening on the direction of divine potency, Antaranga Shakti. It covers the even sometimes devotee's knowledge so that nectarian pastimes can happen. So these are the wonderful pastimes of Jagannath. And this is how every year the beautiful pastimes happen. There are so many pastimes of Jagannath. Okay? So, so we will take up any some questions.